I'd like to say I'm a little bit ahead of the curve on this, not as a back patting exercise, but just to warn you about strategy going forward. Folks, strategy matters. If you can tell me a space where strategy doesn't matter and emotions matter more, I'm open to it. From the Epic Times today, what am I getting at? More news from the President Trump camp. I want to make sure I have my blocks set together in the show. We finished the A block about the election, HR1. We're on to former President Trump, what he's up to. Epic Times. Trump team disavows the newly formed MAGA Patriot Party. Zachary Steiber. Again, this story will be up in my show notes, bongino.com/newsletter. Please check it out. Folks, we're a little bit ahead of this. Again, this isn't an I told you so. Who cares? Who cares who told you what? But I'm never going to lie to you on this show. I'm not going to do it. I know there are things I could say that would make people feel good, but those things and some of those things that would make people feel good are in fact misrepresentations, and I refuse to get into that. I warned you that the idea of a Patriot Party is one of the worst ideas I have ever heard because it doesn't comport with simple math. I keep getting emails. They're very limited. I think I've convinced roughly 90% of people how bad of an idea this is, but there's still about 10%, and that's okay, who email me. We have our email out there for you to, the show's for you, so I like to hear from you, and I don't mind contradictory emails. But I'm still getting emails back. People, I'm done with the Republican Party. I'm not voting Republican anymore. Well, I can't respond back to all of you, but I ask a simple question back. Because let me frame it better. The email I get back is more of, I'm not voting Republican anymore. They're all losers. Well, I want to respond back, and I'm sorry I can't respond back to all of you, but imagine if you email me that, my email back would read like this. Then why do you keep voting for losers? I'll let you stew on that for a second. We have a primary process where we can pick winners. How do you think we got Donald Trump? Oh, that's right, through a Republican Party primary. Well, why didn't Donald Trump run third party like he had entertained decades ago with the Reform Party? Remember that? The Reform Party? I think he was considering running for governor in New York, Donald Trump. Why didn't he do that again? The answer is because he's not stupid. And the same reason Donald Trump is disavowing the Patriot Party now. Why? Let's look at this poll. Hat tip, just the news. Source RMG Research. Here's a recent poll about the Patriot Party. I'm not trying to offend you or be a jerk. Please don't take this the wrong way. The math doesn't work. It is not a strategy. What arena do you know where strategy doesn't matter and emotion wins? I want to win the basketball game, coach. Just go out there and will it. It doesn't work that way. You need a strategy. The box and one, whatever. We're going to run a 2-3. We're going to run a zone. We're going to get the ball to Jordan. Whatever you need a strategy. Emotion is great. I love it. It should motivate you to formulate a strategy, but a strategy for failure is not a strategy. Leave this up. Look at this poll. This should permanently put to bed any notions that there is any strategy whatsoever involved in a Patriot Party that would be successful. So they asked people, this is the question. Suppose President Trump left the Republican Party and formed the Patriot Party. In the 2024 presidential election, would you be likely to vote for the Republican candidate, the Democratic candidate? I'm changing that. The Democrat candidate, not them, nothing democratic about him. Or the Patriot Party candidate or some other candidate. Here are the numbers, folks. 17% Republican would vote Republican in the 2024 presidential. 46% Democrat. 23% would vote Patriot Party, 14% other. You have any idea how many people on social media platforms, because I follow this stuff and elsewhere, an email sent this to me going, Dan, this is a great success. Look at this. The Patriot Party would get more votes than the Republicans. Yes, and you would lose by 23 points in an election. The Democrats get 46%. The presidential election's a plurality vote. How is this a success? I know I'm only speaking to 10% of the audience, so the other 90% probably fairly so are like, Dan, we don't need this segment again. No, we do. Because we need those 10%. We will never win an election again nationally if even 10% of the Republican Party says, I'm out, I'm never voting again because Republicans suck. I'm with you. The overwhelming majority of Republicans do suck bad. Moose thingies. I drives my wife crazy when what do I tell you the golden rule is of politics? Most Republicans are really Democrats, but no Democrats are really Republicans. I get it. They suck. But you know what would suck worse? Losing every single election with a great candidate who ran under a Patriot Party banner when they could have won in the Republican Party platform in a primary. That would really suck. You can't argue to me, hey, I'm tired of voting for losers. Then why are you voting for losers? Get a quality Republican candidate in a primary, a Jim Jordan for Congress, a Donald Trump for president. Get a quality candidate and vote for them in the Republican primary, and we won't have losers. But I can tell you how to guarantee to vote for losers. Why are you scrolling that thing? You test this. Paul's like testing new equipment. No scrolling. No scroll. It's like that line in the American president. No jumping, Mr. President. You then stop voting for. You are guaranteed to vote for a loser in the Patriot Party. There is no math to win. We do not have a parliamentary system. Ladies and gentlemen, we have winner take all elections. They take everything. We do not have proportional representation. If the Patriot Party gets 23%, 23% of Congress will not be the Patriot Party. You know what percent will be the Patriot Party? 0. Because it's winner take all. And the winner will be the Democrat every time at 40 to 50% while we split the vote. I'm begging you, as a friend of yours, as someone who is here with you in this fight, who puts my money and my sweat behind my efforts, please, please dump this. I'm telling you and I'm warning you, this is a grifting exercise. People out there are trying to make money. They're going to start sending you emails, donate to the Patriot Party. Even Trump is saying, don't do this. It's a disaster. The answer is simple. I don't want to vote for Republican losers. Yes, I'm with you. Then let's stop voting for losers in the primary. Because the guaranteed loser, and I don't mean loser character-wise, but loser will be the Patriot Party candidate every time. I'm sorry I was a little passionate about this topic. But strategy matters everywhere in life. Why you would abandon it now? Where in your job? Have you ever gone to your job and said, hey, I've got this new product. It's a flux capacitor. There's going to be a huge market for it. We're going to be billionaires. What's your strategy? We're just going to tell people how great it is and get them emotionally attached to it. That may be a good marketing plan, but you haven't addressed anything about how you're going to build it, market it, how you're going to get your employees trained. You haven't addressed anything. You have no strategy at all. That's what this is. It's an emotional play on disaffected Trump voters like me, and I don't want you to fall for it. And by the way, it also explains why the Democrats are moving forward with this impeachment trial. What does that have to do with this Patriot Party? Gosh, this segment was supposed to be 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I haven't even gotten to my second spot yet. But it's the most important segment I can do to stop us from walking off a cliff. This is why they want the impeachment to go forward, this ridiculous impeachment trial. They want to get some Republicans on the record to vote to have Trump convicted in the Senate trial that's coming up February 9th through the second impeachment. So why? So grifters can go out there. The Democrats are playing the grifters. Grifters will go out there and go, let's get rid of Mitt Romney. Yes, let's absolutely get rid of Mitt. The worst senator right now we have, the worst. But there's a way to get rid of Mitt Romney. There's a process for it. It's called a primary. It's not hard to do. Mike Lee did it in Utah, where he got rid of another old Republican establishmentarian. Whether you're a fan of Lee or not, that's how he did it. There's a process. They're doing this impeachment to get you to start this Patriot Party in response to a few Republicans that may vote to convict President Trump. It's a scam.
You just heard Dan Bongino.